Most people spend their entire lives obeying whatever their senses report. If the body feels weak, they say, "I am weak." If circumstances look impossible, they conclude that defeat is certain. If fear knocks at the door of the mind, they surrender before the battle even begins. They have unknowingly allowed the outward man to become the master while the inward man remains silent. Yet your life was never designed to be ruled by changing emotions, unstable circumstances, or the temporary evidence of the five senses. Within you is a spirit capable of governing every thought, every emotion, and every decision. The greatest victories in life begin when your spirit rises to its rightful place of authority. The senses are valuable servants, but they make terrible masters. Your eyes can deceive you because they only see the present moment. Your ears can discourage you because they often hear words spoken from fear rather than truth. Your feelings change with every circumstance. One day you feel confident, the next day you feel defeated. If your life depends upon feelings, your direction will change as often as the wind. But the Spirit was created to remain steadfast when everything around it is unstable. It possesses the ability to stand firm even when emotions are shouting the opposite. There is a battle taking place inside every person. It is not merely a battle against external problems, but a battle over who will rule your life. Will your decisions be made by what you feel or by what you know deep within? Will temporary discomfort determine your destiny, or will your spirit lead you through it? Every successful person eventually learns that mastery over life begins with mastery over oneself. The strongest person is not the one with the greatest physical strength, but the one whose spirit has learned to command the body and quiet the restless mind. Your body constantly seeks comfort. It prefers ease over discipline, pleasure over purpose, and convenience over growth. Left unchecked, it will avoid every challenge that produces greatness. It whispers that tomorrow is a better day to begin. It invents excuses that sound reasonable. It magnifies fatigue and minimizes opportunity. But your spirit sees beyond temporary discomfort. It understands that every act of discipline is an investment in future strength. It recognizes that character is built in moments when the body wants to quit, but the spirit chooses to continue. Fear often enters through the senses. You see obstacles, hear negative reports, and begin to imagine failure before you have even taken the first step. Fear grows because the senses continually feed it with visible evidence. Yet the Spirit possesses another kind of vision. It sees possibilities hidden behind impossibilities. It recognizes opportunities where others see limitations. It remains calm because it is anchored in convictions that are greater than appearances. This is why two people can stand before the same challenge and produce completely different outcomes. One is controlled by the senses. The other is governed by the Spirit. Training your spirit is not an occasional event. It is a daily discipline. Just as an athlete strengthens muscles through consistent exercise, the spirit grows stronger through consistent practice. Every time you refuse to surrender to fear, your spirit becomes stronger. Every time you reject discouragement and choose courage instead, your inner authority increases. Every decision to act according to truth instead of emotion develops spiritual endurance. Strength is not built in comfort, but in resistance. Many people pray for greater strength while continuing to feed weakness. They nourish doubt with endless negativity. They rehearse failures until those failures become part of their identity. They repeat words of defeat until their own voice becomes their greatest enemy. Your words are not empty sounds. They reveal which voice holds authority within you. If your senses are ruling, your speech will constantly echo fear, lack, and limitation. But when your spirit is in command, your words become filled with confidence, expectation, and quiet certainty. Your imagination is another battlefield. The senses continually present pictures of defeat, but your spirit has the ability to create pictures of victory. Whatever image dominates your inner life eventually shapes your outward experience. If you continually imagine yourself failing, your actions will unconsciously move toward failure. But if your spirit paints a picture of success, endurance, peace, and courage, your entire life begins to align with that vision. Every achievement begins as an image carried within before it becomes reality without. Emotions themselves are not enemies. They were never intended to rule you. Joy, sorrow, excitement, and disappointment all have their place, but none of them should occupy the throne of your life. Feelings are indicators, not dictators. They reveal what is happening inside, but they should never determine your decisions. Mature people do not deny emotions. They simply refuse to surrender their authority to them. The Spirit acknowledges emotions without becoming imprisoned by them. There will be days when everything within your body demands surrender. Fatigue will speak louder than faith. Disappointment will feel heavier than hope. The easiest decision will be to stop moving forward. Those moments become defining moments because they reveal who truly governs your life. If your senses remain on the throne, quitting becomes inevitable. But if your spirit has been trained through daily discipline, it will quietly rise above temporary feelings and continue pressing toward the goal. The mind also requires the leadership of the Spirit. Left alone, the mind wanders into anxiety, regret, comparison, and endless speculation. It magnifies problems until they appear larger than solutions. But when your spirit governs your thinking, peace replaces confusion. Clarity overcomes chaos. Confidence silences uncertainty. The disciplined spirit does not eliminate challenges. It changes your response to them. Every great achievement requires the ability to delay immediate gratification. The senses always demand rewards now. The Spirit understands the power of waiting for something greater. It willingly sacrifices temporary pleasure to obtain lasting success. Whether building a career, restoring relationships, improving health, or fulfilling a calling, greatness belongs to those whose spirits have learned to govern impulses instead of being governed by them. One of the clearest signs of a trained spirit is consistency. Anyone can be motivated on good days. Anyone can work when everything feels easy. But true strength appears when enthusiasm disappears. The disciplined spirit remains faithful even when excitement fades. It continues doing what is right because commitment has replaced emotion as the driving force. Consistency is the language of maturity. The world constantly encourages people to follow your feelings, yet feelings change with circumstances. If every important decision is based upon emotion, stability becomes impossible. Lasting success belongs to those who have learned to follow convictions instead of moods. Convictions are born in the Spirit. They remain firm even when emotions fluctuate. They become the foundation upon which an unshakable life is built. Every victory over your senses prepares you for greater victories ahead. Every temptation resisted strengthens your inner authority. Every fearful thought rejected increases your courage. Every disciplined action makes the next disciplined action easier. The Spirit develops momentum. What once required enormous effort eventually becomes your natural way of living because authority has shifted from the outward man to the inward man. Never underestimate the power of quiet inner discipline. The world celebrates dramatic moments, but true transformation usually happens where no one is watching. It happens when you choose self-control over impulse, faith over fear, perseverance over quitting, and purpose over comfort. These unseen victories shape the visible triumphs that others admire. Train your spirit every day until your senses become faithful servants instead of demanding masters. Let your convictions become stronger than your emotions. Let your purpose become louder than your fears. Let your inner life establish the direction of your outward life. When your spirit occupies its rightful place of authority, circumstances lose their power to define you. Fear loses its ability to control you, and your life begins to move with unwavering strength, steadfast peace, and enduring confidence regardless of what your senses attempt to tell you. The greatest struggle in life is not between you and the world around you. It is between your spirit and your senses. Every day, your eyes present evidence, your ears receive opinions, your emotions react to circumstances, and your body demands comfort. If these become the highest authority in your life, they will determine your direction. You will rise when everything feels favorable and fall when circumstances become difficult. Your peace will depend on good news. Your confidence will depend on outward success, and your hope will fluctuate with every changing situation. But you were created for something far greater than a life controlled by temporary feelings and outward appearances. Deep within you is a spirit designed to lead. It was never intended to be a silent passenger while your emotions drove your decisions. The Spirit possesses a remarkable ability to remain steady when everything around it is unstable. It can stand firm when fear whispers that defeat is inevitable. It can maintain hope when the senses insist there is no reason to expect victory. This inner strength is not based on what can be seen or felt, but on convictions that are deeper than emotions and stronger than circumstances. The senses are valuable gifts, but they have limitations. Your eyes only see what is present today. They cannot see tomorrow's breakthrough. Your ears hear the voices of critics, doubters, and discouragement, but they cannot always distinguish between fear and truth. Your emotions react instantly to pressure, disappointment, or uncertainty. They are real, but they are not always reliable. If every decision is made according to what the senses report, your life will constantly move from confidence to fear, from hope to despair, and from courage to hesitation. A trained spirit refuses to surrender its authority to changing emotions. It listens to the reports of the senses without becoming controlled by them. It acknowledges the presence of challenges without accepting them as the final reality. Instead of asking, "How do I feel today?" it asks, "What is the right course, regardless of how I feel?" That single change in perspective transforms everything. It allows you to continue moving forward when motivation disappears, to remain peaceful when others panic, and to stay committed when difficulties tempt you to quit. Think of a skilled captain navigating a ship through a violent storm. The waves are real, the wind is fierce, and the danger cannot be ignored. Yet the captain does not surrender control to the storm. He relies on the compass, not the crashing waves, to determine direction. In the same way, your spirit must become the compass of your life while your senses merely report the conditions around you. When your spirit holds the wheel, temporary storms cannot change your destination. Many people mistakenly believe that spiritual strength means never experiencing fear, disappointment, or discouragement. The truth is far different. A strong spirit does not deny the existence of emotions. It simply refuses to let them occupy the throne. Fear may knock at the door, but it is not invited to become the master of the house. Discouragement may visit for a moment, but it is not allowed to build a permanent home. The Spirit acknowledges these emotions, then chooses a higher response. This is why true maturity is measured by inner government rather than outward success. Anyone can remain confident when everything is going well. Anyone can smile when life is easy. But the person whose spirit has learned to rule remains steady even when circumstances become uncertain. That person refuses to let temporary feelings dictate permanent decisions. They understand that emotions are servants, not masters. Circumstances are conditions, not commands. And the senses are instruments, not rulers. When your spirit takes its rightful place of authority, your life gains stability, courage, and unwavering confidence that no outward situation can steal. A strong spirit is never the product of chance. It is the result of intentional, daily discipline. Just as no athlete develops great strength without consistent training, no one develops spiritual authority by accident. Every day presents opportunities to either strengthen your spirit or surrender to your senses. Every decision you make is shaping the person you are becoming. The question is not whether you are being trained. The question is, what is training you? Are your habits training you to be ruled by comfort, or are they training your spirit to lead with conviction? Discipline is often misunderstood because people associate it with punishment or restriction. In reality, discipline is the pathway to freedom. The undisciplined person becomes a prisoner of impulses, emotions, and changing desires. Every feeling demands immediate attention. Every temptation becomes difficult to resist, and every obstacle appears impossible to overcome. But the disciplined person experiences a different kind of freedom. They are no longer controlled by every passing emotion because their spirit has learned to establish authority over the body and the mind. Your body naturally seeks comfort. It prefers rest over effort, convenience over sacrifice, and immediate pleasure over long-term reward. Left to itself, it will always choose the easier path. It will tell you that one more day of delay will not matter. It will convince you that waiting is wiser than acting. It will produce excuses that sound reasonable but quietly rob you of your purpose. This is why discipline is so important. Every time your spirit says yes to purpose, while your body says no, your inner authority becomes stronger. The same principle applies to your mind. Thoughts do not always arrive with truth. Many thoughts are born from fear, disappointment, comparison, or past failures. An undisciplined mind accepts every negative thought as reality. It magnifies problems until they appear larger than any solution. But a disciplined spirit refuses to entertain every thought that enters the mind. It examines each one carefully and rejects those that weaken courage or destroy hope. This practice creates mental strength that remains steady even in difficult seasons. Discipline is built in ordinary moments, not extraordinary ones. It is developed when you choose consistency over convenience. It is strengthened when you continue your responsibilities even after motivation disappears. Many people depend on inspiration to keep moving, but inspiration comes and goes. Discipline remains when emotions fade. It carries you through days when enthusiasm is absent and helps you continue the journey when everything inside you wants to quit. Every small act of obedience to what is right strengthens your spirit. Every promise you keep to yourself builds trust within your own heart. Every time you resist the temptation to give up, complain, or surrender to discouragement, your spirit gains greater authority. These victories may seem insignificant in the moment, but together they form an unshakable character. Great strength is rarely built through one dramatic event. It is built through thousands of quiet decisions that no one else may ever notice. There will be seasons when discipline feels difficult. Your emotions will argue for an easier path, and your senses will present convincing reasons to stop. Those are the moments that reveal the true condition of your spirit. If you continue only when everything feels comfortable, your growth will always be limited. But if you choose faithfulness over feelings, purpose over pleasure, and perseverance over comfort, you will discover a strength that circumstances cannot take away. The reward of discipline is far greater than temporary success. It produces stability in times of uncertainty, courage in moments of fear, and peace when others are overwhelmed. A disciplined spirit does not panic because it has learned to remain anchored regardless of outward conditions. It becomes consistent rather than unpredictable, steadfast rather than unstable, and confident rather than controlled by changing emotions. Remember that every day is a training ground. Every challenge is an opportunity to strengthen your inner life. Every difficult decision is another chance to let your spirit exercise its rightful authority. The more faithfully you practice self-control, perseverance, and obedience to what is right, the stronger your spirit becomes. Eventually, discipline is no longer something you force yourself to do. It becomes part of who you are. At that point, your spirit naturally leads, your senses willingly follow, and your life begins to reflect the quiet power of a person who has learned to master themselves before attempting to master anything else. The greatest battles you will ever fight are not fought with your hands, but with your thoughts, your words, and your emotions. Long before victory or defeat appears in your outward life, it has already taken shape within. The condition of your inner world determines the direction of your outer world. If your mind is filled with fear, your words will echo defeat, and your emotions will eventually pull you toward discouragement. But when your spirit takes authority over your thoughts, your speech, and your feelings, you begin to live from a place of strength that circumstances cannot easily shake. Your mind is one of the most powerful gifts you possess, but it was never designed to operate without the leadership of your spirit. Left to itself, the mind often wanders wherever fear, doubt, worry, or past failures lead it. It has a tendency to replay painful memories, imagine worst-case scenarios, and magnify obstacles until they appear larger than they truly are. An undisciplined mind becomes a breeding ground for anxiety because it constantly feeds on what the senses report. Every negative opinion, every disappointing circumstance, and every fearful possibility becomes another seed planted into the soil of your thinking. A trained spirit refuses to allow the mind to become a prisoner of destructive thoughts. Instead, it acts as a wise guardian, standing at the entrance of the mind, carefully examining every thought before allowing it to take root. Not every thought deserves your attention. Not every fear deserves your agreement. Not every doubt deserves your meditation. Wisdom is found in learning to reject thoughts that weaken your courage and embracing those that strengthen your faith, purpose, and confidence. The person who learns to govern their thinking has already won half of life's greatest battles. Your words are the natural expression of what is happening inside your heart. You cannot continually speak defeat and expect to live in victory. You cannot constantly declare weakness and expect to become strong. Every word you repeat shapes your perspective. Every sentence you speak reinforces either fear or confidence. This is why careless speech slowly weakens the spirit. Complaining, criticizing, and speaking hopelessness may provide temporary emotional relief, but they quietly establish a mindset of defeat. On the other hand, words filled with courage, hope, and confidence strengthen your inner life and prepare you to face challenges with unwavering determination. Notice how different people respond to the same difficulty. One person immediately says, "There is no way out. This is impossible." Another quietly says, "There must be a solution. I will continue moving forward." The circumstances are identical, but the words reveal two completely different inner worlds. One has surrendered authority to fear, while the other has allowed the Spirit to remain in control. Your speech is often the first visible evidence of who is leading your life, your senses or your spirit. Emotions are another area that requires wise leadership. They are real, powerful, and deeply human, but they were never intended to become rulers. Joy, sorrow, excitement, disappointment, anger, and fear all have a purpose, yet none of them should occupy the throne of your life. Feelings are like weather. They change from day to day. If you allow your emotions to make every important decision, your life will become unstable because your direction will constantly shift with your mood. A trained spirit does not deny emotions or pretend they do not exist. Instead, it acknowledges them without surrendering to them. It is possible to feel fear and still choose courage. It is possible to feel disappointment and still remain hopeful. It is possible to experience sadness and still continue walking toward your purpose. Emotional maturity is not the absence of feelings, but the ability to prevent feelings from controlling your decisions. There will be moments when your mind urges you to quit. Your emotions tell you that the struggle is too great, and your words are tempted to agree with defeat. Those moments become turning points. If your spirit has been trained through daily discipline, it will gently but firmly take control. It will silence the voice of fear with confidence, replace discouraging thoughts with hopeful ones, and guide your speech toward words that strengthen rather than weaken your heart. Instead of reacting impulsively, you will respond with wisdom. This process does not happen in a single day. It is developed through daily practice. Every time you reject a negative thought, you strengthen your mind. Every time you speak hope instead of hopelessness, you increase your inner confidence. Every time you refuse to let emotions dictate your actions, your spirit grows stronger. These small victories accumulate until they transform your character. When your spirit governs your thoughts, your words, and your emotions, you become a person of remarkable stability. You are no longer tossed about by every circumstance or discouraged by every obstacle. Peace replaces confusion. Confidence overcomes fear, and wisdom guides every decision. Your inner life becomes a source of strength instead of weakness, and that quiet mastery over yourself becomes the foundation for every lasting victory you will experience. One of the greatest signs of spiritual maturity is learning to live by conviction instead of changing feelings. Feelings are real, but they are never permanent. They rise and fall like the tide. One day you may feel courageous, and the next day you may feel uncertain. One moment you are filled with enthusiasm, and the next you are battling discouragement. If your life is directed by emotions, your decisions will constantly change. You will begin great things with excitement, but abandon them when the excitement disappears. You will make promises during moments of inspiration, only to break them when difficulty arises. A life ruled by feelings can never produce lasting stability because feelings were never designed to become your guide. Conviction is entirely different. Conviction is not born from emotion, but from the deep certainty that resides within your spirit. It is an unwavering confidence that remains firm even when your emotions are unsettled. Conviction says, I know who I am. I know where I am going, and I will not turn aside simply because I do not feel strong today. While feelings ask for comfort, conviction calls for commitment. While feelings search for the easiest path, conviction remains focused on the right path. This is why people who live by conviction accomplish things that seem impossible to those who only follow emotions. Every person faces moments when feelings and convictions move in opposite directions. Your emotions may tell you to give up because the journey has become difficult, but conviction reminds you why you started. Your feelings may encourage you to remain silent because of fear, but conviction urges you to speak with courage. Your emotions may invite you to settle for less, but conviction calls you to pursue excellence. At every crossroads, one voice will ask what is comfortable, while the other will ask what is right. The direction you choose will determine the quality of your life. The greatest achievements in history were not accomplished by people who always felt motivated. They were accomplished by men and women who remained faithful to their purpose long after the excitement had faded. They understood that emotions are unreliable companions. There are mornings when determination feels effortless, and there are mornings when every step requires deliberate effort. Conviction carries you through those difficult seasons. It gives you the strength to continue when your senses are telling you to stop. Your spirit must become stronger than your moods. Many people wait until they feel ready before taking action. They postpone important decisions because they hope motivation will suddenly appear. Yet readiness rarely begins with emotion. It begins with obedience to what you know is right. Action often creates the feelings that people are waiting for. As you continue to move forward despite resistance, confidence grows, courage increases, and your spirit becomes stronger with every step. Waiting for perfect feelings often leads to endless delay, but acting on conviction leads to steady progress. One of the greatest enemies of conviction is the constant pressure of outward circumstances. When everything seems favorable, it is easy to remain confident. But when obstacles appear, emotions begin to question everything. Your senses will whisper that the challenge is too great, that success is impossible, or that quitting would be easier. Conviction answers differently. It refuses to measure possibility by present circumstances. It sees beyond temporary setbacks and remains anchored in a greater purpose. It understands that storms are temporary, but purpose is enduring. Living by conviction also requires consistency. It is not enough to choose the right path once. You must continue choosing it day after day. Character is formed through repeated acts of faithfulness. Every time you honor your convictions, despite discomfort, you strengthen your spirit. Every time you refuse to compromise because of fear or convenience, your inner life becomes more stable. Eventually, doing what is right becomes your natural response rather than an occasional effort. There will be times when your emotions become loud. Fear may attempt to convince you that failure is certain. Discouragement may tell you that your efforts are meaningless. Doubt may question every decision you have made. In those moments, do not argue with your feelings or become overwhelmed by them. Simply allow your convictions to speak louder. Remind yourself of the truths that have anchored your spirit. Let your purpose become greater than your pain. Let your commitment become stronger than your comfort. Feelings may demand immediate relief, but conviction patiently pursues lasting victory. A life governed by conviction possesses a quiet strength that cannot be easily shaken. Such a person does not depend upon applause to remain faithful, nor do they collapse under criticism. Success does not make them proud, and temporary setbacks do not make them surrender. Their confidence comes from within, not from changing circumstances. They understand that emotions are temporary visitors, but convictions are permanent foundations. When your spirit is trained to live by deep, unwavering conviction rather than unstable feelings, you become steadfast in every season, resilient in every trial, and unmovable in the pursuit of your God-given purpose. True victory is never an accident. It is the harvest of daily spiritual training. Just as a mighty tree does not grow in a single day, but develops through years of steady growth, your spirit becomes strong through consistent practice. Every day presents opportunities to either strengthen your inner life or surrender to your senses. There are no neutral days. Every decision, every response, and every attitude is shaping the person you are becoming. The victories you experience tomorrow are being prepared by the choices you make today. Many people desire extraordinary results while neglecting ordinary disciplines. They admire people who display unwavering peace, remarkable self-control, and unshakable confidence. Yet they fail to recognize that these qualities were not produced overnight. They were developed through countless unseen moments of faithfulness. Great spiritual strength is not built in public recognition, but in private decisions. It is formed when no one is watching, when there is no applause, and when the only witness to your obedience is your own conscience. Every challenge you face is a training opportunity. Difficult circumstances are not merely obstacles placed in your path. They are classrooms where your spirit learns endurance. Temptation teaches self-control. Delays teach patience. Opposition develops courage. Disappointment reveals perseverance. Each trial gives you an opportunity to decide whether your senses or your spirit will lead. If you consistently allow your spirit to take authority, every challenge leaves you stronger than before. Fear is one of the greatest tests in this daily training. Fear constantly appeals to the senses. It points to visible problems, uncertain outcomes, and painful memories. It insists that retreat is safer than progress. But every time you refuse to bow to fear, your spirit grows stronger. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision that fear will not become your master. Each act of courage expands your confidence and prepares you for greater responsibilities in the future. Laziness is another enemy that quietly weakens the spirit. It rarely announces itself with dramatic words. Instead, it whispers subtle excuses. It tells you that tomorrow will be a better day to begin. It encourages delay, comfort, and endless procrastination. Day after day, it steals opportunities until potential is buried beneath neglected responsibilities. A trained spirit refuses to accept these excuses. It understands that today's obedience is more valuable than tomorrow's intentions. Every act of diligence strengthens your character and builds momentum toward lasting success. Discouragement also attempts to interrupt spiritual growth. There will be seasons when progress seems slow and results appear invisible. During those moments, the senses begin asking whether your efforts are worthwhile. But the Spirit understands that growth often happens beneath the surface, long before it becomes visible. Just as seeds develop unseen beneath the ground before they break through the soil, your inner life is being strengthened, even when outward evidence seems absent. Faithfulness during hidden seasons prepares you for visible victories later. Daily spiritual training also develops consistency. Many people begin with enthusiasm, but struggle to continue when emotions change. Excitement is a wonderful companion, but it is not a dependable leader. There will be days when motivation disappears completely. Those are the moments when discipline becomes more valuable than inspiration. A trained spirit continues walking forward because commitment has become stronger than emotion. This consistency is what separates temporary success from lasting achievement. One of the greatest rewards of daily spiritual training is peace. When your spirit has learned to govern your thoughts and emotions, outward circumstances lose much of their power to disturb you. Problems may still arise, but panic no longer rules your heart. Challenges may remain, but they no longer steal your confidence. Your peace is no longer dependent upon perfect conditions because it flows from the stability of your inner life. The stronger your spirit becomes, the less control external events have over your emotional state. As your spirit grows stronger, self-control becomes increasingly natural. Temptations that once seemed impossible to resist lose their influence. Habits that once dominated your life begin to weaken. Negative thinking gives way to hopeful expectation. Complaining is replaced with gratitude. Fear is replaced with quiet confidence. These changes may seem gradual, but they are powerful because they transform not only what you do, but also who you become. The beautiful truth is that spiritual growth never stops. Every victory prepares you for another level of maturity. Every lesson learned becomes a foundation for greater wisdom. Every challenge overcome increases your capacity to face future battles with greater confidence. The person you are becoming today is preparing you for opportunities that you cannot yet see. Nothing is wasted when your spirit is being trained. Never underestimate the value of one faithful day. One disciplined decision may appear insignificant, but repeated day after day, it shapes your destiny. Every time you choose courage instead of fear, diligence instead of laziness, hope instead of discouragement, and conviction instead of feelings, you are strengthening the ruler within you. Your spirit grows stronger. Your senses become faithful servants instead of demanding masters, and your life begins to reflect a quiet authority that cannot be shaken by changing circumstances. This is the pathway to lasting victory, not through occasional moments of greatness, but through the daily training of a spirit that refuses to surrender its rightful place of dominion. The greatest victory you will ever achieve is not over another person, not over circumstances, and not over the challenges that surround you. Your greatest victory is over yourself. The day your spirit takes its rightful place of authority is the day fear begins to lose its grip, doubt begins to fade, and your senses become faithful servants instead of demanding masters. The storms of life may still come, but they will no longer determine your direction. Difficulties may still arise, but they will no longer decide your destiny. Remember that spiritual strength is not measured by occasional moments of inspiration, but by daily acts of discipline. Every thought you bring under control, every fearful word you refuse to speak, every emotion you choose not to obey, and every step of faith you take is strengthening the ruler within you. Day after day, your spirit becomes more steadfast, your convictions become more unshakable, and your confidence grows deeper than anything your eyes can see or your feelings can understand. Do not wait for perfect circumstances before choosing to live with authority. Begin today. Train your spirit to speak louder than your fears. Train your spirit to remain calm when your emotions become restless. Train your spirit to stand firm when your senses predict defeat. The more you exercise your inner strength, the more natural victory will become. What once seemed impossible will become your normal way of living because your life will no longer be governed by changing feelings, but by unwavering conviction. There is a champion within you, waiting to rise above every limitation. There is a quiet strength within you that refuses to bow to fear, discouragement, or uncertainty. Feed that strength every day. Protect it with discipline. Develop it with consistency. Let it lead every decision, every word, and every action. When your spirit rules your life, peace replaces anxiety, courage overcomes fear, purpose defeats distraction, and hope shines brighter than every obstacle before you. Stand up today with renewed determination. Refuse to let your senses write the story of your future. Refuse to let temporary emotions decide permanent outcomes. Let your spirit become the voice you obey, the foundation on which you stand, and the force that carries you forward. As you faithfully train your spirit to dominate your senses, you will discover a life marked by unwavering peace, unbreakable confidence, enduring strength, and victories that no outward circumstance can ever take away.